Shalom, 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 Yasha'Allah. This your boy, Brother Shamuel Allah, back at you with another quick edifying video. Today's lesson is going to be called Vanity of this World. Vanity of this World. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Call Halal Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and his only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi. All right, and the Holy Spirit, which is the Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who have ruled well to the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. A mighty shalom. Another mighty shalom to all you Akim out there laboring on the highways and on the hedges and on the unicorn, which is this internet, pushing this 100% doctrine, this 100% truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. A mighty shalom to you all as well. Like I said, today's lesson is going to be called The Vanity of This World. All right, the vanity of this world. Just observing what's going on in the world. All right, where you got all types of prophecies and things unfolding. All right, but yet, Esau has the masses basically. Slovakia has them distracted. All right, distracted with the bread and circus. And who do they use? They use Jake. All right, and a perfect example right now, you got these what are the content creators, what are YouTube creators? I don't know what you would say they are, but it's like, and who are they using? They're using Jake. All right, and right now they got I know they got one YouTuber, right, and he's basically doing a 24/7 stream. All right, he's been doing it for the last I forgot how many days straight, right? And he's got like all these different days, and he's going across America, streaming. All right, and I caught the video, and I'm just like, what does he do? And it's like, he's a streamer. He just goes around, and people are running around him like he's a celebrity, like Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan. All right, people are following him. People are, in their cars, hanging out their car windows, beating on the windows. I mean, just all types of madness. And then I'm just looking like, well, what do you actually do? And you go around to different places. That's literally what you're doing. All right, and you just understand that this world is just this world is full of vanity. All right. And I'm going to look up the definition of that. I'm going to read it on another device. All right. Vanity. All right. It says the excessive pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or achievements. All right. And that's what, this place has set up, where people are boasting about, their achievements and the things that they've done. All right. And, then you got the other one. One was the I Show Speed. Then you got the other one, Kai, I don't even know how to say his name, whatever. Right. But then he just has all these celebrities just on his YouTube. And it's just like, well, what do? You just sit in front of a screen and you're just, and you got millions of views and you got people, watching these things, by the thousands. All right. Just distracting people. All right, from what's really going on. All right, when all hell is breaking loose around this place, right? But you have, this world is full of vanity and vexation of spirit. All right. I want to read this. This is the book of Mark, chapter 8, and verse number 35. It says, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it." Okay? And our focus should be on this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right? But what do? Esau has his tactics, and he has people distracted, by watching, people who ultimately, because the internet was created and all they do is just 24/7, they're just out here, you know, uh, streaming. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. All right. But it's all, when you think about how this world is, all right, and how it's just set up, it's totally off. All right. Everybody wants to be, a streamer. Everybody wants to be, um, an athlete, right? Or a celebrity, right? They want to be all these different things. All right. And this is how you see the society going down, right? Nobody wants to do the the type of work that makes civilizations kind of go through. Like, nobody wants to be plumbers. Nobody wants to be doing the dirty work, the behind the scenes stuff that needs to be seen. Right? Everybody wants to do this for the fortune and fame. Okay. At the end of the day, and that's what this place is all built up for. All right. It says, reading on verse 36, it says, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?" All right. And you see, people have traded, right? They've traded uh, uh, their morals. They've traded, everything for what? For a little fortune and fame. All right. To be a celebrity. All right. And I was sitting here watching this I Show Speed, and you got people blocking traffic. You got people running on the side of the cars. I mean, it's just calling wherever he goes. They're calling up the businesses and establishments. Like, it's just madness. All right, and then they all just want their turn. All right, uh to meet, or to give him something, or show them. It's just, when you just think about this place, man, this way this place is set up. All right. But it says, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" Right? Because when you have this type of status, you don't care about, what are you caring about? All right. I was just watching, he's eating a $300 steak, man. Right? Eating a $300 steak, and it's just, what cares do you have? Okay. But this place, like Solomon said, when you go to the book of matter of fact, before I get that, let's go to the book of Sirach, right? 10 and verse number 9. It says, "Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, for such a one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he cast away his bowels." All right, and that's what you see. All right, people have, you know, uh, set their soul. They have a price. All right, they can be bought. All right, and you see them. All right, and you have a lot of these, industry plants and these different things. All right, that are set up to lead the masses. Right. So in the meantime, you have 40,000 people at a time watching you, and getting all engulfed in this. Well, what Esau on the left hand side is doing some other type of work, or writing some type of legislation, all right, to further separate the gap, all right, like I talked about earlier, all right, between the rich and the poor. Okay. And what? And you see, they use Jake, all right, and Jake will do anything, right, to be famous. All right, and we've seen it, and we've heard the stories. Okay. Let's get Ecclesiastes now. Right? Ecclesiastes 1 and verse number 14. It says, I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. All right. When you get this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, you just see, man, like this world, all right, and how this world is set up, all right, was given in the hands of the wicked, and it's just all about vanity, popularity, all right, fame and fortune, man, all right. You don't seek the wisdom of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, all right. What is that? And what do they do? So, they it's you just like I say, if you just watch it, you just see how the interactions of people, man, and people are losing their minds, man. All right, over this stuff. Um, let's get First Corinthians, right? First Corinthians 1 and start at verse 25. All right, it says, because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men. It says, for ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. All right, it says, but the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and the Most High have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. It says, in the base things of the world and the things which are despised hath the Most High chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are. All right. And, when you look at this, all right, this is foolish things. All right. You got, they had, that agenda, back in, man, what is that? The late 90s, all right, early 2000s, where you have, the reality TV show. And it's just with the unicorn, what has it done? It's just basically pushed it so now everybody can at some point be a celebrity or something. All right. Anybody can be a celebrity. All right. You get enough fan base and you do, and that's the scary part about it, is that people, you just have people following you for no reason. All right. But there's no truth. All right. What are they doing? It's all vanity and vexation of spirit at the end of the day. All right. That's why it says, for ye see your calling, brethren, that not many wise men after the flesh, right? You don't have the wise top, scholars in this thing. All right. You don't have the, I forgot the brother's name. He talks about the space and the different things, right? You don't have those. All right. It says not many mighty men, right? You don't have the big, strong, the Lord is not looking for that. All right. Not many noble are called. All right. At the end of the day, the Lord is looking for the meek and the humble. All right. Not looking for you to exalt yourself. All right. The Lord will do that for you. All right. But you have people who, have chosen the fortune and fame, right, rather than the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay. Let's get James. Right. Let's go to the book of James 4. We'll kind of get to the point. Verse 4. It says, ye adulterers and adulteress, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. All right, because the wisdom of this world is foolishness, man. All right, I mean, look at this. You have people who, haven't, I don't know, right? Haven't worked a day in their life. All right, but they got on YouTube and now they've become tops, celebrities and bodyguards and, meeting other celebrities, and it's just what for what, like it's it's straight madness when you think about how this world is set up. Okay. So it says, ye adulterers and adulteress, know ye not that the friendship of this world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of this world is an enemy of the Most High. All right, let's go to 1 John. All right, 1 John chapter 2. And let's start at verse 15. Right, it says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. All right. And when you get this money and fame, all right, you choose your sides. All right. All right. And you're looking for, the praises of men, all right, and the accolades and these different things. Okay. It says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. It says, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. Okay? That understanding that the lust of this world and the things, this vanity and vexation, all right, of this world is gonna pass away. All right? Because this is foolishness, man. All right? You have people literally, running around, right, following these two Jakes at everything they do, right? And just like falling out like Michael Jackson or somebody, you know what I mean? And at least Michael Jackson could sing or something, but it's just like, what do you do? Right? What are you really doing? This just shows you the foolishness of this world. All right? That people are literally falling out and acting a fool, right? Hopping out of they hanging out the windows of cars, all right, just to be seen and to get, recognition, right, from these men. Okay. Let's see. Yahawashi talked about that. Let's go to Matthew 6 and verse number 24. It says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and Mammon. All right. And when you look up that word, Mammon is money. Okay. And you can't be a servant of money and a servant of the Most High. You have to choose. All right, you have to choose. Do you want the vanity of this world, all right, which perishes, all right, or do you want to be humble, right, and serve Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi? All right, those are your choices. All right, and the one without Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is going to lead to your destruction. All right, sure, you have your moment of fame and reputation. All right, but at the end, it leads to destruction. Okay. Let's see. What is that? First Timothy 6 and 17. Right, and it reads. It says, charge them that are rich in this world that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. Okay? That's what you should be, looking for. All right? Not these uncertain riches, man. All right? You worried about the Wi-Fi. Because now it's lagging, the people can't watch. And you freaking out. Okay? You freaking out because it's a delay, all right, in your from your microphone, to the screen, right? That's foolishness, man. That's foolishness. All right. another one that I wanted, Salakia. I'm about to land my plane. Let me see. Oh, let's get this one. Right? And close it out. It's the book of Matthew, 23. And let's go to verse number, let's start at verse number 11. All right. It says, but he that, this is Matthew chapter 23, verse 11. It says, but he that is greatest among you shall be your servant, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. All right, let's look this up in another translation. The G&T, whoever makes himself great will be humble, and whosoever humbles himself will be made great. All right. And you have right now, men who are exalting themselves. All right. In this world, you even have men, in this ministry who are trying to exalt themselves. All right. And the Lord is going to bring them down. All right. So it says in the NLT, but those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. All right. I like the G&T verse. It says, whosoever makes himself great will be humbled, and whosoever humbles himself will be made great. That's kind of simple. All right. And you see that. All right. These men, what are they doing? All right. They're distracting the people. They're exalting themselves, but they're not seeking the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. And Second Chronicles 15 tells you, that whosoever shall not seek Yahawah Bahasham Shai, man or child, man, woman, child, young or old, if they don't seek Yahawah Bahasham Shai, you will be destroyed. All right? At the end of the day, point blank. All right? Because what did you do? You chose, the cares of this world. You chose, the riches and fame and vanity of this world. All right, which is for a short time. All right, and that short-term glory, that's your 15 minutes of fame. All right, you could have been 10 years a celebrity or whatever, but really it's only 15 minutes of fame in this world. Instead of being humble and meek, all right, and seeking Yahawah Bahasham Shai, and what? And being exalted in your due time forever. All right? Like, you got to make that make sense. Okay? So I just wanted to do this lesson. Lord's will, this was edifying. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Kohala Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Peace and blessings to the elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad. A mighty shalom to the 144,000 men. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who have ruled well through the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days. Another mighty shalom to the rest of the elect in the household of faith out there. All right. Seek ye Yahawah Bahasham Shai while he may be found. All right. Seek ye the kingdom, and all things shall be given unto you. Humble yourself now, and ye shall be exalted. All right. And with that, we say a ball, and shalom.